Game time. Everybody ready?
Oh yeah. As ready as you can be. I think everyone's excited. There's a lot of anticipation, and obviously when you're practicing against each other, tensions boil up, and you can't really, you don't want to hurt your own team, and you don't want to be aggressive with your own team too much. But when you get to play another team, all that anticipation and excitement, you actually get to let it all out on the field. So yeah, there's a lot of excitement and anticipation. So yeah.
With you being a senior, is there a different feel this time around? Just are you just trying to soak everything up a little bit, or?
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to soak it all in for the last time. It's just, I mean, being here for 5 years, they really do tell you that time flies, and you believe it, but you're like, it can't really fly that fast, and it really does because I feel like I was just a freshman. So, really just trying to really, like you said, soak everything in and really just enjoy the process. The work. Going to practice. Little things like that because I mean, this will be the last time I do it. At the collegiate level. So yeah, I'm definitely trying to enjoy the experience.
A lot of talk about defending the championship from a year ago, but now that it's game week, have you noticed a different feel at all leading up to the opener being a defending conference champ?
I mean, I feel like everyone's been coming to practice with the mentality that we have to defend the championship from day one. So there hasn't really been a change. I feel like if there was a change, just in game week, then that would be an issue because we would only be practicing because we had a game this week. Now I feel like we've been practicing at a pretty consistent level all through camp, and I feel like we've been approaching it, the same way each day, day in and day out. That we have a championship to protect, and we have to defend the fort. So I don't really, witness a change or anything like that. So there's that.
Is there danger in, a lot of talk about defending and getting wrapped up in that and just going out and playing football the way you guys know how to play football?
Yeah, I mean, well, you always, you don't really want to get caught up in all of the, the glamour and all that stuff. At the end of the day, championship or not, we're trying to win football games, and I feel like everyone's been coming in with the mentality that we have to take it one day at a time, one practice, one rep at a time, and if you just do the little things, you can do, and the little things you can control, in that situation, everything else will really fall into place. So, you can't just go out there, with the mindset that, oh, we have to do this, 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 and that. We have to defend all that. You just have to control what it is you can control, And if you do that, I feel like you'll be successful. I think that is what we're doing. So,
Is it easier to believe that now that you guys have been through an MIAA title that you understand what it takes to get there?
yeah, definitely. When you actually experience the process firsthand, you know what you need to do as a team, to get there. And me and Jake having the experience, and a bunch of other guys on the team and the coaching staff having that experience, we're obviously better off because of it. We know how to handle different circumstances and situations better than what we did previous year with it being our first championship run. So I think we're definitely more experienced. That comes with time. So I think we're definitely a lot more prepared this year, for things that we might face.
You talk about experience. Has the game slowed down for you at all?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I talked about it. I think it was one of the first few days of camp. But at our age, and our tenureship here, hopefully the game has slowed down for us. If not, then I don't think we should be on the field. But yeah, the game was definitely slowed down for us. It's just more about actually performing, and when you actually when the X's and O's are not a factor, you actually can worry about performing. And and if you're on the field and you're thinking on the football field, then you're in trouble because there's no time to think on the football field. When you have someone running at you as fast as they can, there's no time to think. So yeah, the game was definitely slowed down for me, and I mean I can't speak for Jake too, but I'm sure it has for him too. I hope it has.
How
Yeah.
about the defensive side? I mean, you guys have been really good for a lot of years. You sure you got a chance to be a pretty solid group again this year?
Yeah, year in and year out, Coach Harris, our D coordinator, and all our coaches, Coach IA, Coach Deli, and all the guys on the defensive side, they do a great job of preparing us, for games. And that's why our defense has, been one of the most successful in previous years. Is because, schematically and, just as a mentality as a defense, they do a great job preparing us. And I was actually watching Hard Knocks, which is the televised show, Cleveland Browns. I'm sure you guys know of it. And their defensive coordinator on there actually reminded me a lot of Coach Harris. Don't tell my I told you guys that, but they're literally identical. Just in their mannerisms and the way they act, and I was just like, if I were to jump and be plugged into, this system, I feel like I wouldn't skip a beat because we have, an NFL quality defensive coordinator here and an NFL quality coaching staff here. So, yeah, the success of our defense, is definitely attributed to the coaching staff and just the mentality they bring in day and day out and what they expect from us. So, I see us having a successful year again.
You've got great experience on the defense, but who are some of the guys you could see maybe having breakout years on the defense?
Breakout years on the defense. I can see Colt Traxel having a breakout year. I could see KK having a breakout year. Keelan Kennedy, he's going to be our corner, and I could see. I mean, minus the guys that haven't already had breakout years. Wyatt Parker and Sterling Slopes, all those guys on the D line. They had decent years last year, but I could also see them having breakout years if you don't consider last year a breakout year. But I mean, everyone that's new to the defense, I could see them having a breakout year. That's just kind of how it is, and that's a credit to the coaching staff, being able to bring guys in and, fill the roles of guys that left last year. So, yeah, if that answers your question.
Talk about defending Central Missouri's quarterback in their offense.
Yeah, they have an explosive offense, and, they like the big play, and they like to go over the top of your head. So, we have to be sound on defense. We have to, make sure that everyone does their assignment and everyone's in the right position. And the way you defend a team like that is you have to be perfect in your assignment. And as a defense in the past, we've done a good job of being able to defend the big play and being able to limit teams to just itty bitty plays. And that's what we're gonna have to do on Thursday. We're gonna have to limit the big play. We're gonna have to be sound. We're gonna have to execute, and we're gonna have to do our job, and we're gonna have to tackle well. That's gonna be huge. As tackling well, because the first game, obviously, you don't really tackle that much in practice. So tackling that first game is always huge. So those are things we're gonna have to do.
Everything working like it should on the offensive side?
Yeah, so far so good. Going off what Dwayne said, it's been pretty consistent throughout camp. Just figuring out, we have some new guys, filling in roles and stuff, but just figuring out how they move in breaks and how fast they are and stuff like that. But that just takes time to, figure out and everything. But, it's going good so far. And, we got a lot of guys right now who haven't been in, the spotlight, under the lights yet, and, maybe have played it down for us yet. But, come Thursday, I think they'll be okay and, enjoy the moment and soak it all in, and it won't, affect them in a bad way. So it should be good.
You've been here, obviously, when there wasn't a lot of people in the stands come game day for 4 days. That wasn't the case last year. What do you expect Thursday?
I expect it to be a full house. I mean, it's a big game for us. I know it's a big game for Central Missouri, too. This kind of first game's always a weird game. We don't really exactly know what they're going to do. They could have changed a whole bunch of stuff up from last year and stuff, but, it's always kind of weird. And, this kind of decides where we're going to go from the rest of the season. Are we going to make an uphill climb, or are we going to, defend the fort and our championship and stuff? I don't want to lose this game and then have to, be perfect the rest of the year. It's just, it's going to be a big one. So, I don't know. This kind of, to me, is a really, really, really big game, and we need to come out on top.
You've obviously settled into a leadership role. Is that something that kind of came natural to you? I mean, did you have to work at being a leader, or are you kind of a natural leader, do you think?
Yeah, I feel like a pretty natural leader. It comes with the position, obviously, but, you start from the ground up. My freshman year, starting to get along with everybody. You become friends with everyone, get to know them, and, from there, you just start throwing with them, and then, tell them what you want from them and what they need and everything like that. It just kind of grows as the years go on, and, I feel like everyone, looks up to me, and I try to be that guy who, if they need something or need some energy on the field or feel like something's going wrong, they can look at me and, I got you covered type thing. So, it's just part of the position, and this is who I am. So hopefully, it just spreads off to everybody else and we can get this thing rolling.
Talk about rolling with these guys, and it was at one time they showed Peyton Manning on television running, going through the routes with all of his different receivers in the offseason, and then it seemed like it became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a quarterback that you watched as a kid or through high school that you wanted to emulate?
Obviously, I'm a big Tim Tebow fan growing up, but I loved his the way he approached everything. He was super intense on the field, and just a great guy off the field and everything. And that was just really like a really easy person to look up to. He's actually from my part of my hometown and everything like that. So it was really cool. And we actually watched a lot of Peyton Manning film in meetings and stuff. So all that is kind of funny you said it, but yeah, it's really important to get with your guys and know what you want from them and what they expect and everything. And it makes a big difference. You can't just go in there blindly and think that everything's going to be okay, because it's not. So it actually makes a big difference, and I think we've been doing a good job with that.
You have a chance to break almost every passing record at Fort Hays State. You've had a great career, but it almost seems like this offense, you can run the ball and establish that, everything else, and your job as a quarterback becomes a lot easier. Is that still kind of the key, being able to establish a good ground game?
Yeah, absolutely. It makes my job easier at the same time, but it's kind of a flow thing. Like, if they're doing a good job stopping the run, obviously, I need to throw the ball, and vice versa. But it's just kind of a feel thing. So whatever's working for us, we're going to keep rolling with that. And yeah, I mean, whatever's working at the time, we'll just go with that. And I think it's important to be balanced and whatnot. But yeah, it's just a feel thing.
Gordon kind of mentioned about being a senior year, really savoring and taking it all in. Have you kind of felt that same thing?
Yeah, absolutely. It does really go by fast, and it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I love going to practice. It's probably my favorite part of the day. I love going to practice and being with the guys and stuff. I know it's going to be, when this is over, that's the thing I'm going to miss the most, is just being around everybody and the relationships I have with them. And but for now, I'm trying to, game one, let's go get the job done and have some fun with it.
Mechanically, have you changed in your time here? Just, mechanics and how you go about the position?
I actually, like, it was last night, I was just going on huddle and like looking at old film and stuff from my redshirt year when I was here, and I was just watching stuff. I was like, my gosh, like I was like, that was me back then. That's crazy. And I kind of giggled at it, and it was really cool how with the new coaching changes and everything here, how much better I've gotten over the years. And coming out of high school, I didn't know anything at all. We ran like a wing tee. I didn't know anything about a defense or anything like that. And so it's crazy how kids like nowadays are coming in here and they know all that stuff, and they're just ahead of the curve and stuff. So it's really cool. But yeah, I've changed a lot since I've been here, and it's been for the better. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been a long ride, but I think it's been a lot of fun so far.
On offense, who are some of the guys that you could really see kind of having breakout years there?
We need Charles Stigner to have a big year. We need him to have a big year for sure. Replacing Naheem is, not an easy task at all. That dude was a dog, and he's always falling forward no matter what. And we got Lane back outside, and Harley and Dre. So I mean, Matt's a big time player too. So I mean, we have a lot of weapons. It's just trying to figure out how to get them the ball in the right situations and whatnot. So I think we have a good scheme right now and a plan to do that. And we just got to execute from there. But I mean, there's nobody that is my go-to guy right now. Like, I feel like everyone can make the same play as the other person, so that's not a bad thing at all. I really like that, and I trust every one of them to get open when I need them to. So yeah, I'll see Thursday how it goes.
Based on last year, what do you expect out of the Central Missouri defense?
I'm not a whole lot different. It's really hard to describe them. There's kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say like undisciplined, I guess what I would say. It's just they're always looking to see where to go instead of actually like moving to like where they should be. It's kind of weird. And but they always have their eyes in the backfield and everything, and so we know that. But it's really weird. It's really hard to explain, but we just got to do what we are like meant to do, and like formations and play wise, and then it all like unfold before your eyes and everything like that. But it's gonna be a weird maybe first quarter or so, just to figure out what they're doing and what we need to do and stuff. So we're expecting that, and hopefully we just get some points in the meantime while we figure it out.
Kind of going off of the whole seat thing, are there any superstitions or any things that you guys did a year ago that you're bringing back because it worked so well a year ago?
Yeah, I'm gonna grow my beard back out. We started that on. We had pictures on Friday, and that's last year. I shaved on Friday, and I didn't shave after. So that's one thing we are bringing back. Jacob's supposed to do the same thing as well. So we'll see how that works. Hopefully it's really, really long when the season's over, is what we're hoping for. Other than that, I used to be really superstitious, wore the same socks, underwear, clothes, everything was the same. But as I've gotten older, kind of changed some of it. It's all in the players. Let's see what they can do and see how they play. But yeah, I've changed a little bit, but I still have a few here and there I hold on to.
How do you feel going into Thursday night's game with everything?
I feel good. I feel like these guys are prepared. I mean, they've worked hard really through camp. This was the first week of school was a little bit tough. Now we're kind of in our second week, but the kids have really locked in and done the things we've asked them to do. They've been on time to everything, and they've really practiced hard. They can kind of condition during practice. They don't complain too condition either, after practice because they want to be prepared. But they've been up here watching film, going through the scouting reports, and they're preparing themselves to for a good game. But I feel good about it. I'm just kind of anxious to get out there and see what this group has. I mean, we've missing a few guys from last year that were impact guys, and hopefully some of these young guys can fill in and do the things that we're asking them to do. And I think they really can.
Dwayne mentioned that it didn't seem like there was any increase in intensity this week for practice, meaning that for the last few weeks everybody's been practicing like a game was that week, and he thought that was a good thing, just seeing as they weren't preparing hard just because they're the game. Feel the same way?
Yeah, I do. I mean, they've practiced hard all the way through camp. Sometimes they kind of start camp. First couple of days are really intense, excited, and as they get tired, they kind of lose that intensity and that enthusiasm. But I haven't seen that this year. I mean, this group is just every day they come to work. They work hard on special teams. They work hard on individual drills. When we do 7-on-7 against each other, they're high tempo. When we do team stuff together, they're high tempo. So they play with an edge in practice. So hopefully there's a bigger edge on Thursday when we play this week. But I'm proud of the way they've handled this so far. I mean, they know their target's on their back, and they have to work. If they don't work, any little slip up can cost them. So it's a good group, really good group.
How much are you just looking forward to the atmosphere? I mean, you would think it would be one of your better crowds, especially for a home opener.
I'm real excited about it. I mean, I know the fans are going to come out and support us. They did last year quite a bit. The Pitt game was awesome. The Fair State game was awesome with the size of the crowd, and hopefully that grows as the years go on. Hopefully this is one of those years where we pack the house every time we're at home, but we have to win to do that. And if you win ball games, they'll come watch you play. If you're not winning, I mean, nobody wants to go watch a loser. So we got to make sure that we win ball games and give them a reason to come back and put something good on the field.
Is there a different feel having won an undefeated MIAA championship? Is there a different level of expectation now?
There is. I mean, last year I expected our guys to win, but now it's that's just needs to be the norm. We need to step on the field and expect to win the game, but not being arrogant, cocky about it, but just having that confidence that when I step on the field, coach expects us to win this game. We expect to win this game, and I think our kids have that, but they know it's going to take work and it's going to take commitment, and they've done those things, to help themselves win ball games just by this summer. With the number of kids that we've had here, the 7-on-7s that they did as well, they made that commitment. And through fall camp, they took care of their bodies through fall camp. We fed them and they ate what they were supposed to eat, and hydrated themselves and and lifted while we're going through fall camp. I mean, they've done all the steps necessary to be successful, and so we expect to win when we get on the field, and we know it's going to be a battle, we know it's going to be a fight, but we're going to do everything we can to win that ball game.
That's the one a little bit ago about a lot of talk of defending the championship, and obviously that's the goal. But is it too easy to get caught up in that and then forget about just go play football, do what you can do? You guys are good, and you have to kind of balance all of that a little bit.
We really haven't talked about it too much. When I first started our first day of camp, I talked about defending our title, and maybe every once in a while I'll say something, but I tell them what really matters is you guys take care of yourselves. Worry about what you're doing, your work ethic, the way you play the game, the way you prepare, mentally, in the film room and with your scouting reports. If you take care of us and do the things that we're supposed to do and do them very, very well, you're going to be okay on Saturday. Because I feel like we have the talent, with the kids we have on the field to win any ball game. But it's the stupid little mental mistakes that can kill us, whether it's a penalty or giving up a big play on defense or turn the ball over on offense or our special teams aren't right. We got to make sure that we're prepared in every situation and that we don't make those silly mistakes that's going to cost us the ball game.
Talk about defending Bulls and that high-power offense.
Got to keep him in the pocket. I mean, that's the whole thing. You know, I think he's his best when he's on the run. You know, because he can make things really happen. He scrambles well. If he needs a tuck and run, he's going to get the first down. So, you know, we got to find a way to contain him. We got to make him earn everything. You know, we can't give up an easy play for a touchdown, and you know, we got to make him drive down the field. You know, make them get first downs. You know, and I think if we can do that defensively, you know, we'll have some success, and hopefully they make a mistake and we can capitalize on offense after they make that mistake. But it's just containing him. I mean, he is a tremendous football player. He's a tremendous athlete, and we've got to do everything we can to keep him in the pocket and keep him from scrambling.
I know coaches would love to have a game where you, okay, we're the better team and we should win our opener, but is there have a nationally ranked game for both teams in the top 25? Does that make it even a little bit more exciting?
It does, because it really lets you know where you're at, you know, in your program or kind of how this season's going to go. And I mean, it's not going to determine exactly how it goes, but it's a good start to just kind of seeing where you're at. I mean, are we as good or better than we were last year, or do we got to change some things to help us get better? But you know, I like games like this. I like high competitive games. It's going to be a physical game. It's going to be, you know, both teams trying to fight for a conference championship, and you know, those are the things that we look forward to. And I'm excited about it. It's going to be fun, and you know, almost every game like that, every game in our conference is like that. And so this is just another test, and it's against a very, very good football team.
Jacob mentioned that Central's defense is kind of unorthodox and that they really like to take a lot of chances. Do you see that in them, or what do you see in their defense, and what's going to be the key to that success?
You just never know. 'Cause next year, maybe, you know, what they did last year is probably not really what they're going to do this. You just don't know. I mean, are they going to have the same philosophy? Do they have the guys to play man-to-man coverage, you know, play in and play out? But you know, they do. They play the run hard. They put a lot of guys in the box. They put a lot of stress on their corners and their safeties to play man coverage. You know, I think we got to beat them a few times just to try to get them out of that man coverage so much. But they do take chances. They, you know, in the past they like to blitz. You know, they give you some different looks. You know, they give you a 3-man front, a 4-man front, and you just don't know what you're going to get from them. So, you know, we got to prepare for everything. With a 3-man to 4-man, sometimes it looks like a 5-man front because they bring those outside guys in so close to the line of scrimmage. So, you know, there'll be times there's 9 guys in the box, you know, depending on what your personnel is. And, you know, we got to find a way to beat those corners on one-on-one coverage and hopefully get them out, you know, get them out of their comfort zone of what they like to do.
Coach, is there a focus shift during week one? Do you talk to players more about the opposing team, or do you kind of just keep that between the coaches and let the players do what you guys do?
You know, we just watch film and evaluate and try to decide what they're going to do to us, you know, and come up with a game plan on both sides of the balls and on special teams. And, you know, just tell our players our expectations, and these are the things we're going to do that we think can help win us this ball game. And, you know, the kids, they buy into what we're doing. I mean, they believe in us. They have faith in us. If they watch film, they got suggestions, we're open for it, you know, just to listen to them talk. But, you know, I think, like we were talking, it's just we got to worry about ourselves and make sure that we do things the right way. And, you know, I think if we do that, things are going to be okay. But, you know, I don't think you go into much. You know, you still got to prepare for Central and know exactly what they're doing. But it's us making sure we're seeing the plays and we're making the plays, you know, in practice. So it carries over to the game on Thursday.
When you came here 4 days, you talked about building a program that wins championships and just competing in the playoffs. Now that you've gotten a team to that point, you're trying to defend all of that. Is it everything you thought it would be? I mean, is it as fun or as exhausting or whatever the thought you had 6 or 7 years ago? Is that how it is now?
It's fun. It's exhausting. It's stressful. You know, especially when you got people coming up and tell you, hey, the pressure's on now after what you did last year. You know, we're expecting that same thing again. And, you know, I do too. You know, I have those same expectations for our guys. And I like having a little bit of that pressure as well because it just, if you don't love doing it, then why are you doing it? I mean, I don't want to just have a team that's average year in and year out. I want to play at a high level, you know, consistently, you know, as I'm here at Fort Hays State because, you know, I want to win a conference championship again. I want to win a national championship here. And if you don't have those expectations, then why are you doing this, you know? And I don't think it only makes, you know, it makes kids work harder, you know, makes them more committed, more disciplined, you know, and that's going to carry over in life as well, you know, when you have this kind of pressure and things you got to do because, you know, in life, things it's a pressure situation. When you get married, when you have kids, I mean, there's a lot of things that you have to do the right way, or things can go wrong. And but I like the pressure. I mean, for some reason, there's something wrong with me or what, but I like it. I enjoy it. My wife probably doesn't so much because I'm kind of a jerk at home sometimes because of it. Because I just need to get to week one. Once I get to week one and see what we got, things feel a lot better, and I calm down a little bit. So we'll see what happens on Thursday. But the pressure's fun. I enjoy it. It's just part of the game. I took this job for a reason, right? And that's to win ball games. And so I got to look at that, and it comes with the job. Pressure comes with the job.